Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Newage Legendary Heroes Stratos, which is number 49 Hammond figure, which I'm sure you can tell is a Legends scale version of a Generation 1 wheeljack. So with this video we're going to have a look at the entire contents of the packaging, because I have literally just took him out of the box. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to see how he displays with some other figures in exactly the same toy line. Wow, he's small compared to him, isn't he? We're going to see how he looks and displays with some other figures in different toy lines. Again, just to give you an idea, I suppose, of how big he is. And of course, we will see how he looks and compares with his original Generation 1 self. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this video. So as I start to pop these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And the other thing is to thank Show Z Store, which is where this came from, nice, quickly and safely. And there's going to be a direct link for this in the description of the video. So this is the packaging he comes in. It is quite basic, but all the Newage boxes are brilliant homages to the original origins of, I suppose, the toy that it is indeed replicating. We've got lovely product images there of both modes, which you can see. There he is, funnily enough, with the Dinobots, and I believe that's why they called him Hammond, because of course Hammond, John Hammond in the Jurassic Park movies, made the dinosaurs. So he comes packaged like this in vehicle mode there, with these accessories in that. Now he also comes with this as well, which is of course to make, is it Autobot X or Frankenstein, whatever he's called. So this is the additional part which you're going to be building up, pretty much exactly the same as like Mandroid with the Earthspark figures, in all honesty. He also comes with a set of ridiculously complicated instructions, but I am doing my very best to get you guys a tutorial up at the same time. Right, let's have a look at the figure then, because I believe this has come under quite a lot of scrutiny. I don't really know. I've not watched anybody else's videos. I've just seen some comments on Show Z and looked at a load of pictures. In honesty, think he looks spectacular. I just thought he was going to have some light pipe in there, but obviously he doesn't. The head sculpt for me, I think, looks great. It does spin around on that mushroom peg, so you've got full articulation looking up and down. The shoulders, you can see, are on ball and socket joints, so they'll go all the way up to the side and all the way around. These are on their own little, I suppose, well, are they on hinges? So they can move and be positioned wherever you want them to be. There is a swivel under the shoulder. There's a bicep flexion. There's a wrist swivel as well. It is really tight. It does get slightly hindered by that bit at the back. There is an ab crunch, which is crazy on a figure that side. There is a waist, is there? I've not checked. I suppose I should double check before I confirm it. Yes, there is a waist swivel. Hips, as you can see, will move. They'll kick all the way up, and yes, it's stiff, but they will kick all the way back. So you've got full splits that way, and indeed, if I move his arms out of the way, this way as well. So I mean, I'm still going to go with the articulation. There's loads of it. Swivel at the top of the hip, knee bend, ankle tilt, rock. And again, this figure completely justifies why it's known as a mini masterpiece, because the articulation on it is the equivalent to most masterpiece figures. Yeah, really good. That's some translucent plastic there I just made. Again, yeah, it is. It looks nice. Color scheme is perfect. The numbers on the side is perfect. Is it? Yes, that's the same obviously as the original as well. I'm just a little bit upset. This has made me realize that my white wheeljack isn't actually white anymore at all, but we'll look at that in a second. So some of the accessories that come with him, he's always seen with this. This will fit into his hand like so. You can carry that around. He's actually got a little bit of a blaster as well, so you can pop that in his hands. He's got his shoulder mounted cannon, which again is how you would have seen him in the Generation 1 cartoon. This is just really stiff, so apologies. And that's, oh, there you go, I've actually popped the hand out. Again, brand new toy, not played with. That's what happens. And that's because usually, to be fair, this is probably the first Newage figure I think I've reviewed that doesn't actually have what's the word I'm after? A spare set of hands. But yeah, that's quite unusual for Newage figures. There's normally an abundance of them. This is the shoulder mounted cannon, which is going to fit right there. And that's pretty much it for the accessories, as I say, and what you can do with him. Now, what Newage do really well is they get everything to scale as they were in the cartoons, but I genuinely don't remember Sludge being that much taller than him. I just don't, to be honest. Swoop, maybe not as well. I know the Dinobots were big in the cartoons, but perhaps, I don't know, my memory's probably fading. Let's be honest, I'm getting old now. Right, there is some Newage figures that I've got to hand to give you an idea of scale. I will be bringing these in, of course, for the alternate mode a bit later on, but that, I suppose, gives you an idea of, he's really small. He's a nice, small, compact, clever little figure. Now, as I say, with regards to some other third-party Legends scale figures, Magic Squares Trailbreaker, Iron Factories, Mirage or Sheen, I think they've called him, and then he's going to scale actually not too bad. Okay, no, Magnus should be huge, shouldn't he? Magnus should be big. That is Doctor Wu. And funnily enough, yeah, that Doctor Wu's tiny as well. So no, they don't scale with Doctor Wu. Doctor Wu tend to not scale. They seem to be, again, make their own up, which is brilliant. One last quick third-party comparison. There you go. That is Mechanic Studios, Shattered Glass Sunstorm. Right, let's bring in fact, let's do some mainline first, just to give people ideas. So I always say this, but it's good for people to see. These are always in between. Oh no, he's smaller than core. He's smaller than core class figure. So there you go, I've got that wrong. It's smaller than a core class figure, way smaller than a deluxe figure. Probably no point bringing in, because he won't fit a deluxe leader class. Just about fits. Absolutely tiny, and it's only because he's in the background. Compared to the original. There you go, Deathbringer Desirous. Right, anyway, there's not much more comparisons or things that I need to show you with regards to this. Let's bring up this one. This is the important one. This is where the homage is, and as I said, it's made me realise that my white wheeljacks aren't anywhere near as white as I thought they were. But there you go, that is definitely all there is to say with regards to him in his robot mode. We're going to come right back and have a look at him in his alternate. So here he is in his alternate mode then. And again, if you thought the robot, well, I did, I thought the robot mode was small. This is even smaller. However, it does look exactly like what you want it to. It is, of course, a wheeljack. You can tell that straight away. The cool thing is all the wheels are on individual pins, so there's no issues with him rolling around at all. The translucent plastic on the front now looks even better, and you can't see anything underneath, which I think is a nice little touch. If I could have had anything, perhaps be a little bit more picky, just a few more decals, a few more stickers, or we'll paint, whatever it is that they, or tamper graphs, whatever it is that they use nowadays on these particular figures. It's just a little too white, especially, of course, now obviously the size is going to be insanely different, but especially when you do compare it to the original and all the extra decals that were in fact obviously on this particular figure. And once again, I'm so gutted at how not white this figure is, but I love the fact they've got still the same number. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe they can't put Lancia on as well because it's not a licensed product, but they could have put a few of the other stickers and stuff on. I think that would have made him slightly better. But again, I think what Newage do is the same as what most companies do. I think that they do genuinely tend to go for be it the robot mode being that little bit more important. Transformation process is really clever, to be honest. As I say, I intend to get the full tutorial video uploaded as soon as possible, but to give you an idea again of how small this actually is, so let's bring in G1 Bumblebee, which looks really big, to be honest. This is the new core class Bumblebee from Dark of the Moon, so it's loads bigger. That's an Earthrise Micromaster, so not much smaller at all. I'm sure you can see that there isn't much smaller than it at all. I've got a Takara World's Smallest Transformers Red Alert. He is obviously quite a bit bigger than that. And then funnily enough, just because they're here, we've got some Newage Bumblebee and Cliffjumper figures as well. So yeah, there you go. I suppose they scale pretty well with that, and although I've not got them in their alternate mode, that again gives you an idea of just how big Sludge is compared to it. So there you have it. As I say, there's not really much more to say about it. I do generally think that this figure is all about the robot mode, and of course that's what I've said in the first part of the video. Newage scale all their figures to how they appear in size on the screen in the cartoon, so that's what I suppose they've gone for. I like the alternate mode. It's just a bit blank, a bit bland for me. Robot mode is pretty cool though, as you've seen, especially with all the accessories. But of course, if you're collecting Generation 1 figures in the Newage scale, then this is one that you're definitely going to need in your collection. Very quickly, just because they're here, just to again give you some idea of size: Masterpiece, Deluxe, and I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. As you can see, lots smaller than all of them. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed looking at him. Once again, if you want to get one yourself, there's a direct link in the description, and of course don't forget my code. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.